Hey knitters, I'm going to tell you a little bit about our newest top. This is called the Scotchbroom Wrap. And the first thing I'll do is walk you through the construction, and then I'll give you a little bit of insight into how to make some customizations if you want. So the first thing I'll say about this pattern is we've designed it to have -2 to +2 inches of ease. So what that means when you're choosing your size is you want to take your tape measure across the widest part of your bust, and then choose a size that's between -2 or 2 inches bigger. So 2 inches smaller, 2 inches bigger, or anywhere in that area. You'll find a size where you're going to get a good fit. So construction wise, the first thing we do is we have an I-cord cast on that goes along the back. We work some short rows in the shoulders to get a nice fit through the back of the neck. And then we work flat down to where we will join under the arm. From there, you'll pick up individually stitches from the front shoulders and work flat, doing some neckline increases here. You'll do that on both sides. And then once you are done the depth of the armhole, you're going to join it and work the front 2 pieces and the back piece all in one piece through to the bottom. And then you leave your stitches on the bottom live, and we do this knit on waistband tie, which is knit like this way, and you cast off as you go. We've got a video to watch that, so you don't have to fully understand it in this video. Not a problem. And then of course your sleeves are worked in the round, so you pick up stitches from your armhole, work in the round as you go, and that is the construction. So let's talk about the goal fit for this top and different ways you can customize it to your liking. So we designed this wrap to be a cropped item, so something to wear over a dress, a flowy shirt, a pair of really high-waisted pants. So if you want to wear it with a pair of regular pants, you might want to consider adding some length. And then the other thing I'll say is we did design it to have a little bit of room through the waist. So it fits the mannequin with, I would say, 0 inches of positive ease, which means it's the same size as the bust of the mannequin. So you'll see there's a little bit of extra fabric around the waist, which leads for kind of a more comfortable casual fit. And if you take a look on the website or Ravelry, you'll see our model Vidisha. She wears it with about 2 inches of positive ease. And this is, the sample has no waist shaping, so you can keep that in mind. So first let's talk about adding length. If you are wanting to add length, basically all you do is you're gonna just knit more rows here before adding on the waistband. Keep in mind the waistband adds about 2 inches, so when you're calculating how much length you want to add, keep that in mind. So let's say, for example, if you're just adding 1/2 inch or 1 inch, just a few rows, you can keep going with these neckline increases as they're written. However, if you are going to add any significant amount of length, you're going to want to consider spreading out these increases after you have joined under the sleeve hole, or else you're going to find if you work so many more increases, your wraps are going to come like all the way around the back. So do consider spreading out those increases if you're adding any significant amount of length. The other thing I wanted to bring up is the option to add waist shaping. So if you prefer a more form-fitted top, you want to consider adding waist shaping. So there's a few different instances where you'll want to think harder about whether or not you're going to add waist shaping. So if you're making a size with more ease, so for example, if you're making a size with 2 inches of positive ease, you could consider adding waist shaping. Obviously, if you want a more fitted garment, you can consider adding waist shaping. Or if you personally have a more drastic measurement difference between your bust and your waist, so if you have a really small waist compared to the size of your bust, that's a situation where you might want to consider adding in some waist shaping. And basically all that means, we've included it in the pattern, is you'll put a marker under the sleeve joint on both sides, and once you work about 1 inch down from the armhole, you're going to start working some decreases in here, and that will just give you less fabric through that area. Bear with me while I try and remember if that's all I needed to say about waist shaping. Yeah, if you're working a size with negative ease, you probably don't need waist shaping. But again, if you know for personal preference that you really like to have a fitted garment, that's something you can consider. And the last thing I'll talk about is these sleeves. We have a blocking video, so of course you can watch that. But this broomstick lace has so much stretch to it. So as you're knitting, trying to decide if your sleeves are long enough, you definitely want to give them a good steam and a stretch, both widthwise and lengthwise, to get a really good idea as to where that fabric is going to sit. Or you're going to end up like me and have sleeves that are so long they go down to your knees. So keep that in mind. And I'll do a separate video here on how to tie it.